Hello, super curious kids. Have you ever looked at a really old photo album and wondered about your great-great-great-grandparents? Well, today, we're going to open up a very special and very old family album from the Bible. It's from the book of Genesis, chapter 5. Now, this chapter is like a long list, but it's a super important list. It tells us about the very first families God made, starting with Adam. Genesis chapter 5 tells us a surprising thing. Adam lived for an incredibly long time, 930 years. Can you even imagine being that old? That's like living through so many birthdays. You'd need a super duper big cake. Adam had sons and daughters, and then he died. But the story doesn't stop there. One of Adam's sons was named Seth, and Seth also lived for a very, very long time, 912 years, and he had sons and daughters, and then he died. This chapter keeps telling us about Adam's family line, one after another. There was Enosh, who lived 905 years. Then Kenan, who lived 910 years. Next, Mahalalel, who lived 895 years. Then Jared, who lived 962 years. Wow! After Jared, there was Enoch. Now, Enoch is very special. The Bible says Enoch walked with God. That means he loved God very much and lived his life very close to God. He didn't die like everyone else. The Bible says God took him. Poof! God just took him because he was so special. Isn't that amazing? And after Enoch came Methuselah. Methuselah lived for an incredible 969 years. He lived longer than anyone else in this whole chapter. Can you say super duper old? Then he had a son named Lamech, who lived 777 years. And Lamech had a son named Noah. Yes, that Noah, who built the ark. But we'll hear more about him later. So, what does this very old family album tell us? It shows us how God's plan for families and people continued, generation after generation. Even though people died, life kept going, and God's family tree grew bigger and bigger. And it reminds us that even way back then, some people, like Enoch, loved God so much that they walked with God in a very special way. So, Genesis chapter 5 is not just a list. It's a story about the beginnings of God's family on earth and how life continued through many, many years.